unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham,
Glory.
Christ. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him, for now I know that thou Abraham. You didn't change your story, you didn't change your confession. You stood fast on what I told you, Abraham. He said, Now I know, I have proven you. Not that God didn't know already. He told him, but now I have proven you. In other words, you passed the test.
Yes.
Verse 13, and Abraham lifted up his eyes, this is where I wanted to get to, and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering in the stead of his son. So what you are going through, my question is, do you have a ram in the bush? Do you believe that God has provided a sacrifice? While you were going up to the mount to sacrifice your son, or while you were going through, or when you thought all things were over and his case is closed and chances are slim and none that this is going to happen, there are ram in the bush. God has provided a ram in the bush. Actually, the ram, when you were going up the mountain, you were going up one side and God had the ram going up on the other side. So when you prepared, you thought, you threw up your hands and said, Lord, I can't take no more. This is it. Lord, I'm through. This is it. The big one. And God said, no. He said, the angel said, don't kill him. Said, and Abraham turns around and there's the ram caught. Actually the ram waiting on him when they got there.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe, saints, that God has that ram waiting on us. When you get in total obedience,
Yes.
and I know we think we're in total obedience. Y'all know, I won't move this. I know we think sometimes we're in total obedience.
Yes.
But God will allow a situation to actually be complicated for you to see you. For you to see, actually to show his glory.
Yes.
Okay, to know, see, the thing comes, it doesn't come to kill you because he's not going to allow it to hurt you to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
It may hurt, but it's not going to kill you.
Yes.
He's in control. He's cleared the test. The test has to go through him before the devil has to come to God, in other words.
Mm-hmm.
If you go in the book of Job, the devil has to come to God to get the test cleared, to get the okay to test you. And if you can bear that in mind, you can make it. That this is only a test, and my Father would not allow this if I couldn't pass this test.
Yes.
Okay, so I know he will not allow any temptation to take me. Every temptation that comes my way, your way, is common. It's not anything nobody else has gone through, but your Father is faithful, and he will not allow you to be tempted above what you're able to bear. You may get down to nothing, but guess what? Got that ram. There's a ram he's provided. Okay. So and sometimes I know it gets shaky. God knows it gets shaky and trembling sometimes. Because the enemy come at you hard. I know obedience brings the blessing of God. But guess what? In spite of all of your obedience, you will still be tested. You've got to be tested. How will you know that you have conquered the course if you don't take the test? How will you know that the information that you receive, how will you know how much you have absorbed unless you take the test? I may get down to the wire with nothing. Nevertheless, I got to know that God is faithful. Okay, I got to know that he comes through every time.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I got out of this. He said, and Abraham said, call the name of that place Jehovah Jireh, as it is said to this day, in the mount of the Lord it shall be seen. So when all the tests that I go through, even the little small things, God is faithful to come through. He's always there. It's like, okay, when you give it up and say, God, this is too much for me, I've been there. I don't know about nobody. I've been there and said, Lord, this is too much for me. I can't deal with it. It's too heavy. It's too much for me. And you got to take this. And boom, you're lifted.
Amen.
And I'll give you the strength to go through it.
Amen.
So we don't want to falsely accuse him.
Yes.
Because that's another strategy of the enemy. He wants you to falsely accuse God to make you think that God is not fair.
Yes.
And he ain't treating you right. And if you would, or either hear the other side of it, or he'll say, well, if you were saved, if you so saved, you wouldn't be going through this. The righteous, that's what these Job's friends accuse him of. If you were who you say you are, if you were righteous, we didn't have the righteous suffer. We suffer a lot. Many of the afflictions of the righteous. Many, but the Lord delivered him out of all of them, right?
Yes.
So, but see, you sometimes the enemy will blindside you to catch you from behind.
Yes.
Because there's no, all is fair in love and war. And this is war. Whether we believe it or not, whether you put on your armor or not, it's a fight and it's war.
Amen.
So you got to know that and your weapon is the word of God.
Yes.
This is your weapon. So I can't get high-minded, I can't get puffed up and think I know it all and ain't nobody else. You can't teach me nothing and you can't tell me nothing because I know it. I know that scripture. I heard that scripture and I read that scripture. That's you walking into the enemy's turf when you get in
wow.
like that. Yes. You going off into pride that nobody can tell you anything.
Wow.
I got this. Some of us so bold as to say, oh, Lord, we don't say it with our lips, but our actions. I got this, Lord. I got this. I'll check me on the next one. That's exactly where the enemy wants you to think that I got it all together. No, you do not. Okay, no, you do not. And it's coming a time that it's gonna come down to the men and the boys.
Yeah.
What's about to go down now? It's gonna come down to either you believe God or you don't. Okay, and I can't keep dibbling and dabbling and half stepping and cross the fence and this day I believe God, the next day I don't, and I keep on in my mess.
Yeah.
Just keep on going down that lane, and eventually you're gonna hit it. It's gonna hit the fan. Keep going, just keep on the pathway that you on. It's gonna hit the fan. And that's not gonna be anything nice. So what you say you got or think you got, it's gonna be tried and tested. So I admonish you. They've been talking about how that the ISIS or terrorists, they could shut this country down. They could drop one bomb and shut this country down because you know what? Everything is computerized. We got everything computerized. The gas pumps, everything, even in the hospitals, everything's on the computer. Everything. It's folks with the what you call those things? Pacemakers, defibrillators, computerized. What happens if they decide, and I'm going like, why do y'all keep saying that? You just giving them the idea. But nevertheless, they could do it because they are very computer savvy. So you definitely, if and when that happens, you better make sure that you know that God's got that ram.
Yes.
He's got a way of escape because he's going to be the only way, actually not going to be, he is the only way of escape. He is our only way out. The only way out of this thing is going to be up, y'all. We ain't going to be able, you're not going to be able to, like I know the food supply, the trucks run by those computerized trucks. They deliver the food to the different grocery chains. If you don't know how to believe God, how to fast, you learn.
Amen.
So I guess it behooves us to do it now. You prepare for war ahead of time. You don't wait till the battle comes and then start preparing. That's too late.
Yes.
You prepare now. And you prepare, keep on. The woman of God keeps saying, get in your place. Get in your place. When they say, you know, when the meteorologists, the tongue twister, when they say they see this tornado's been spotted and it's coming such and such way and going this direction, and they say go to your safe place. They say you got so much time, you got 15 minutes, you got 30 minutes to get to your place of safety. Well, guess what? Right now, we got time. We don't know how much time we got, but we know that it's on the horizon. And we know that we need to be getting to our place of, and forget about, like you said, forget about hoarding up food. And food that's got 20 and 30 year shelf life. Because with that many hungry people, and they find out you got food, guess what? You be like the man, the king's man in Samaria. You get trampled. You're not gonna keep that food to yourself. So he's got to be our supply, y'all. I can't say this enough or stress this enough. He's got to be your source. God is your source. God is your source.
Amen.
And more, God is proving to me that He is my source. I used to say this off the top of my head when I was working full time. That God is my source. I used to brag about it. God is my source. No, UPS is not my source. God is my source. But guess what? It came time to prove it. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
It was a total horse of another color. It was a total different ball game. But nevertheless, the Lord saw me through it. He had mercy on me.
Yes.
Hallelujah. But now I know. He allowed that to happen. So now I know that whatever He allows, whatever comes my way, I just said, Lord, I thank you.
Amen.
In all things, give thanks.
Yes.
That's His will. I said, Lord, I thank you.
Yes.
I thank you now, Lord. I know now that He's provided. He don't have to. I don't have to do things out of fear. That's what happened in the book of Job, and I'm gonna figure through. That's what happened with Job. Job feared because he said, "The thing that I feared, greatly feared, has come upon me." I evidently he had a fear of losing everything.
Yeah.
So the Lord allowed the tempter to come and take everything away from him so that he could see, you don't have to do that. I love you anyway. I'm going to take care of you anyway. You don't have to buy me. Okay? This is everything that you have is mine, but Job had sense enough to see that in the end. That he didn't have to do that, all that he was doing. So in Abraham's case, so he proved himself. He passed the test. And that's my prayer that I will pass the test.
Yes.
Yes. And He trusts me enough to even to allow the test to come.
Yes.
Even at that, the enemy will fight your mind and say that, you know, this is not right and that's not love. You know, he's going to try to convince you that God don't love you.